Morning, guys. Happy Monday morning motivation. This morning, I am thinking about mud. I'm thinking about mud, not just because it's a little bit damp out here today in the suburbs, but I am thinking about an experience we had with mud a little over a month ago when we were living downtown Fort Worth. We were in an apartment 13 stories above Fort Worth, and this was my first experience living downtown in a high-rise apartment. And let me tell you, it is quite a bit different from this country girl's experience. In the country, when it's muddy and rainy outside, everybody has boot scrapers by their door. And you're supposed to scrape the mud off your boots and then wipe your boots on the mat and then leave your boots by the door inside. Walking inside in your socks. In the suburbs, they don't necessarily have the boot scrapers because there's not quite as much mud, but there is grass, and they do expect you to wipe your feet on the doormat. But in the city, everything is paved. There's no dirt or grass or mud anywhere, no matter how much it rains. Just wet pavement. Everything is paved. So because of that, there is mats to stop the moisture from coming in, but not really anything for you to wipe your feet on because they don't expect you to need to wipe your feet. They don't think that you've gone anywhere that would require that. Little did they know, as we were living in our downtown loft, we were also working on our land out in the country, and we got quite muddy. Our boots were pretty well caked with mud. And since this was a new experience living in the city, we didn't know that we needed to scrape our boots on the pavement on the curb before we got to the apartment. We thought there would be something for us to wipe our feet on, or maybe we would just stomp it off on the way. But by the time we got to the apartment, the mud was still on our boots, and you could see a trail of where we'd been because of all the mud. We had to go back over our steps, sweep it up, and mop the whole hallway leading up to the apartment that we were staying in because we weren't about to leave a mess behind us. But the thing is as I looked back at our muddy footsteps, there was evidence of where we've been. It was quite obvious to anybody who saw our feet and the way we walked that we had been somewhere other than the paved paradise of this downtown city. It was obvious that we had been somewhere else. And today, that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about whether or not the way you're walking, which is also referred to how you behave and how you correspond with other people, and your attitudes and your thoughts and the way you present yourself, whether or not that is showing where you've been. And I'm here to tell you that whether you mean for it to or not, it definitely is. If you have been in a negative place, if you have been in a place where you've been upset about something, if you've been in a place where you are angry, where you are frustrated, where you are feeling negative, if you have been in a place where you have not been trusting God, then the way you walk is going to show where you have been. But on the other hand, if you have been in a place where you have been worshiping, where you have been trusting God, where you have been seeking His will, where you have been spending time meditating on His Word, where you have been listening to teaching on His Word and developing yourself as a person of God, where you have been in a positive place, then that absolutely will also show. It will be in your footsteps. It'll be in how you talk to people. It will be in how you express yourself. Evidence of where you have been is obvious everywhere that you go. So today, if you happen to step in the mud and see your footprints, let that be a reminder that there is always evidence of where you've been. All right, I love y'all. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.